You are now tuned into the realest Philly sports talk show in the universe, with the hottest Philly sports content and coming at you with all the dope shit. Eagles, Sixers, Flyers, Phillies. You are now watching Philly Sportz Rap. Please smash that like button, subscribe, and please turn on the notification bell.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm your host, Tom, from Philly Sportz Rap, and I'm up here today. I got a special guest all the way from over the UK, my man Maddie, at Mr. 99. Maddie, welcome to Philly Sportz Rap, man. How are you?
I am good, my man. I am very good. Thank you so much for having me. It's a massive honor. And by the way, that intro goes hard, man. That was cool. Love that.
No, absolutely, man. Thank you, man. Yeah, friend of mine from over Hardcore Sports had put the intro together for me, gave him some ideas. He put the video together, man. But thank you very much. I definitely appreciate that, man. Definitely appreciate it. So, wanted to welcome you up here, man. My man Dan from over at Let's Talk Sports, told me about you and was like, hey, man, you want to interview somebody? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. I love helping out Let's Talk Sports. So I work with them as well as Hardcore Sports Network. But here on the Philly Sportz Rap, we talk about all Philly sports. But today, we're going to do something a little different. Philly won yesterday, so I'm happy and cheering about that good stuff, But before we get into that and I start asking you questions, man, will you give us the honor and the pleasure just to tell us all about yourself, what you got going on, and things of that nature?
Thank you, man. So I'm a big sports fan. I think the first real sport I got into was football or soccer, I guess, if we're going to go with that.
Yeah.
But then, I think especially recently, I've just kind of diversified a bit and got into way more sports. I really got into F1, and I've been to Silverstone a couple of times now. That's been incredible. And it's only over kind of the last few years that I've actually got into American football. But okay, my God, I have absolutely fallen in love with this sport, man. I think it's so wicked. And to be fair, it kind of happened by completely accident. Because so basically I do contribute quite a lot to the Let's Talk Sports Network. Wicked guys over there. Gotcha. I do also have my own YouTube channel and Twitter and stuff. So check the Smiths 99 thing out. You'll probably find me. But I mainly stream over on Twitch. That's kind of my thing. I play games and do whatever. And a lot of people in my Twitch chat were really into American football, and I wasn't. So on I think it was Black Friday or something, they kind of persuaded me to buy Madden. And they're like, yeah, just give it a try. And I just kind of ended up getting addicted to Madden. And then that's kind of how it all started. And oh my God, dude, I love this sport. It's so cool, man.
No, that's awesome. That's interesting, man. It's like you said, hearing how you got into it and things of that nature. And then just, how do you feel about, the NFL now has been, bringing the games over there in London and things of that nature. Have you had an opportunity to go to any? And what do you think about that?
I haven't yet. But no, I think it's wicked, what they're doing in terms of internationalizing the game. I think there's such a genius move, right? Because I think especially over here, at least, it's kind of one of those sports that's a little bit locked away, I guess. So until kind of very recently, we just kind of had the sort of very basic TV. So watching it was never really an option for me until Super Bowl weekend, when obviously it's on kind of everything. Yeah. But now that I've kind of, moved out, grown up a little bit, I I can pay for my own Sky, and now I can watch it all the time. And now it's oh my God, I'm addicted to it. So I think especially with the international games, it really kind of opens it up to people that probably wouldn't maybe get the chance to see it normally. I think it's a wicked idea. Obviously now it's expanded. There was the game in Germany this year, right?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Over in Germany, man. Yeah, I thought it was a real great idea. I would love to, come over there on that side and experience. I've seen pictures, and I'm a big scenery person, so I love
Mm.
going places and sightseeing and checking things out. And for those that's in on the chat, appreciate y'all tapping in. I got my man Maddie at Miss Smithster. You got a tongue teaser there, man. 99. You can find him on YouTube. I did comment his link in the chat, and definitely appreciate y'all and appreciate follow him. Great guy as we get to know him and the things that he's doing, and we're gonna talk some sports here. So from over there in UK, man, like I said, I would love to be able to come over there one day and check out a game. It's just interesting seeing it. Just like think maybe early on when I started doing some content, ran into a gentleman, and it was funny because he introduced me to some of the soccer rules, and it was just crazy hearing how y'all can borrow players and things of that nature. And it was like, wait, what? I couldn't imagine me or Jalen Hurts going to play for somebody else.
Yeah, I think that's almost been like, I guess, my experience the other way around, right? Is like, I guess in in our football, like if you want a player, you just go out and buy that player. You just straight out do it. Whereas obviously, like getting my head around the idea of like trades and stuff, and and like even still, I think I've been kind of into the NFL for like 3 years now, but like still trying to get my head around the draft. That is wild. There's definitely a lot to it, a lot to get used to. But yeah, I'm enjoying being in it for the ride. I think it's good fun.
That's cool. That's what's up. That's what's up. So tell us, how did you get to be a content maker, man? What got you into making content and doing it?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. I've always, or not always, but like for a very long time, just been into watching like other content creators, and I think just for the longest time, I was kind of sat there thinking, oh, I really want to do that. I really want to do that, and then I just kind of got to a point where I was like, so why don't you just do it? I felt like I'd spend so long like procrastinating over it, and I mean, I've tried like everything. I used to just make like gaming videos on YouTube and stuff like that, but it's only kind of really recently that I think I've just realized how much I just enjoy talking about sport. Like I do it all the time in my spare time anyway. I kind of bore a lot of people who don't really care about it with my opinions anyway. So I thought, well, if I'm talking about this stuff anyway, why not just talk about it and post it online, right? So yeah, that's kind of how it started, and it just never really stopped, I guess.
No, that's funny because that's actually how I got started with my channel. Me and my brother actually, and we started this channel together. But it was crazy because we was sitting one day, we was talking, and I mean, we was just talking about football and going on and basketball and things of that nature. And I was like, man, we spend hours talking about this stuff all day, every day. Why don't we just do a channel? I mean, it's all your opinion anyway, and what you think. And I was like, look, why not just do it? It's fun, let's get up there, let's do it, and get to talk to other people, meet other content creators, you know what I'm saying? So that's how I got started, so I understand. Very similar there.
I think it's such a good way of like just meeting other like-minded people as well. I think like especially on like places like Twitter. Like I know Twitter can always be like a bit of an interesting place. But I feel like it's also full of some of probably the better people that I've started talking to, and like you can sometimes genuinely have like a really good sort of like debate on there and stuff. So I think it's so cool just finding other like-minded people and like this. Like I never saw myself just sitting on an internet call with a guy that supports a team that I don't. But like it's the wild world we live in, right? It's cool.
That's right. Absolutely. It's nice because really without this technology, so many years ago, there was no online, no social media, no being online or anything. You wouldn't I wouldn't get to meet you. You wouldn't get to meet me or some of these other people that, like you said, do like-minded things, But now with the technology, you get the opportunity to, see somebody from way across the country or somewhere else. And it's real cool, real fun. I like it. I just don't like it when you run into those guys that's just real rowdy, rah. Like, all right,
boy.
look.
Yeah, there's always oh boy.
It's like, hey, look, man, I love my team. I love my sports too, but we go a little far here. Come on.
Yeah, look, you're always gonna get some people that
yeah.
But anyway, we move on. Hopefully
absolutely.
we're okay, I think.
yeah, absolutely. No, we're fine. We're fine, man. So let me ask you, who is your favorite team, man? Who is your favorite team?
That is a good question. So I am a 49ers fan. Again, that kind of just started because when I was bullied into playing Madden, they were all like, right, 49ers are just the most rounded team. So play as them. And I was like, okay. And then I guess with playing them, I just kind of got to know the players and what they were good at and stuff. And it kind of just like grew from there. But to be fair, I do like to think of myself as like quite a fan of the league. Like, I guess, especially when watching maybe AFC games, because they kind of don't really have as much sort of effect on me. So I do quite like the Bills. I like the Ravens. Like there's quite a lot of football teams I like. I always find myself rooting for the Detroit Lions. I know they've been sort of like a feel good story this year. Like they've been kind of fun to ride that roller coaster with. I think the only thing I would say is I just really don't like the Rams and the Packers. I know I'm probably gonna feel like people are probably gonna be quite upset with me about that, but as long as it's not those two teams, I don't really care. That's fine.
Oh gosh, no, that's funny because I'm like that way. I'm that way with Dallas, so I can respect that.
Yes, my man.
Yeah. So it's almost like everybody has their team. They're just like, no, I really just do not like this team.
Yeah, like I feel like I don't like the Rams because I've been told I'm not to like the Rams. Obviously, like a divisional rival, I guess. So fine, we don't like them. I really do not know where my deep-rooted hatred for the Packers has come from. Like, I have no idea. I think it's no.
I don't. Maybe because they played the 49ers last couple years. So maybe it started kind of.
That's true. We do seem to run into each other a lot, I guess. Yeah. I don't know. I wish I could tell you, mate, but there's something in me that's just
don't like the Packers.
Absolutely,
I love it. I love it. All right, so I know you mentioned the Bills a little bit ago. So tell me, who do you think gonna win today? Will it be the Bills or the Bengals? They play each other.
I mean, what a matchup this is. By the way. I mean, obviously, even like DeMar Hamlin stuff aside, like what a matchup this is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I don't know. I feel like I keep like flip-flopping on this so much, and I feel like it's going to be so hard to pick one team that I think is going to do it. Because the thing is, right, is obviously with the like issues that the Bengals have had with their O-line, like obviously they're a little bit banged up, and everyone's kind of like, oh, well, that's going to make all the difference. But the O-line that Joe Burrow got to the Super Bowl with last year was also pretty terrible. So, I mean, if any quarterback can kind of overcome that, I feel like it'll be him. I want the Bills to do it just because I think Bills Chiefs would be absolutely blockbuster.
Gotcha.
But I just have a feeling I think the Bengals are going to get it done. I've just got images of Joe Burrow, cigars, all of the swaggy outfits coming out. I feel like as much as I don't want to say it, I feel like I think the Bengals are going to get it done.
Yeah, I'm with you on it's going to be a very big game. It's going to be a good game. I'm looking to see some fireworks. I know the Bengals got two people in their O-line hurt, but you said it like just a second ago. They did it last year with not supposed to be such a great offensive line. They still got there. So I'm curious to see how they do today. I'm sure Buffalo's going to be high in emotions when this game kicks off, just because of, like you said, Hamlin's situation. Glad to see him come through that and his family and everybody be okay. And I'm thankful for the NFL and how everybody responded, in that situation there. But with that aside, like you said, it's going to be a great game. We get to really have the game because they played before and it was canceled due to the situation. So now we're going to have the game, and it's going to be something else. I actually think the Bills gonna win this one.
Okay.
I would. I don't. If I had to pick somebody that I would say, all right, if the Eagles was to go to the Super Bowl, who I want to play, I don't know. I think both of them is a tough out either way. So it's like,
it's either them two or the Chiefs. I don't think there's a good option in there.
And I don't want to play the Chiefs. I really don't want to play the Chiefs.
Well, I mean, I feel like it kind of depends though. Like, is Patrick Mahomes going to be okay? Like, obviously, I know last night they still looked like good without him. I mean, like, obviously they do. Like, the amount of weapons they have is scary, but you know, obviously Chiefs minus Patrick Mahomes is a very different opposition to like Chiefs with Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So and I think though Mahomes will get that. You know, they usually have they still doing it this year. They have a week before the Super Bowl, so you got that week in between. So he'll recover. He'll be back. You know, so it's going to be interesting to see. So we'll go over to the other side. Let's talk about this matchup with Dallas, man. Whew. So your boys, your guys you're rooting for, how do you feel this matchup is with Dallas today, man? What are you thinking?
Do you know what? Before the playoffs started, I was feeling so confident. I was going in so cocky, like, yeah, man, easy. Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant, lifting the Lombardi, easy, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like the Seahawks game kind of scared me a little bit in that I know obviously in the second half we balled out, like, you know, kind of not made it look easy, but we showed we were the better team. But I think that first half almost scared me a bit. I think Brock Purdy kind of showed his like inexperience, like especially I know playoff game is like a, you know, totally different kettle of fish, but it seemed like he sort of let that inexperience creep in. I know it was just for that first half. That second half he looked a lot better, but I think the worry is if that happens again against the Cowboys team who are looking pretty good, then I don't know if we'll be able to kind of get away with it the way we did against the Seahawks. Like, obviously, I'm going to go for it. Niners beat Cowboys. Can't. Obviously, right? You know, come on. Big cock Brock's going to get the job done at the end of the day. But, I think we just need to iron out a couple of those mistakes that we saw creep in the first half of the last game.
Yeah, got you. Yeah, I got some people getting on me here. So Derby Entertainment totally loved the Bias game last night. All right. And Almighty here, dude already talking to 49ers fan. They haven't even played the Cowboys yet. Hey, look, man. Come on now, cut it out. My man, I want to hear from a 49ers fan. I was just on the show. We heard from Cole's Cowboys, so now I need to hear from a 49er fan. We got two teams playing, not just one. And I was asked, didn't you, Maddie? I know Tom did, being an Eagles fan. Whatever. But no, I'm agree with you, man. What's up, Further? How you doing, bro? I myself, I'm not rooting for Dallas. Period.
I guess being like divisional rivals, I don't think there's many times you're going to be rooting for them to win a game, is there?
Yeah, I'm not rooting for them, period. Some would say, oh, don't you want to be able to knock them out the NFC Championship game? No, I want to be able to say y'all couldn't even make it. We made it. Y'all couldn't even make it. But with that being said, and knowing that we're going to be in an NFC Championship game, if the Eagles was to play the 49ers, what do you think about that one, man?
In a way, I really feel like that's the matchup I want, but like mainly just because I think that way it would literally be the two best teams in the NFC going at it. Because I think what you guys have done this season, I think is ridiculous. I think Jalen Hurts has been absolutely incredible this season. Like it's been so cool to watch. And like I said, I think that's the nice thing about, I guess, being like a fan of the league is that I can watch another team doing really well and I don't just feel like, oh God, I hate them. So yeah, I think watching you guys has been absolutely wicked this season. And
Yeah.
That's why I really want us to get through this game. Like, obviously, I do. I support the Niners, but I just want to see the top 2 teams in the NFC just going at it. I think that would be an unreal game of football.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you, if I was going to have any fear of anybody, it would probably be 49ers. It definitely will not be the Cowboys.
Not the Cowboys.
No, it won't be them. And I say that because, the 49ers, I think D'Amico Ryans has done a great job with that defense over there. They're playing well. They're not giving up a lot of points. They're a very physical team. To me, the only, if I was going to be picky and find a small weak spot, it would only be that one corner. He was getting ate up last week over there. So that would be the only thing. But the problem is you got to somehow keep Bosa off your back so that way you can throw the ball, So 49ers are great. And then I give a lot of kudos to their head coach. I think he comes up with great game plans. Like you said, you got Brock Purdy. Like, who would have ever thought Brock Purdy was coming? Here we are as the season started. They're talking Trey Lance. They're talking Garoppolo. And bam, both of them are gone. I'm thinking the 49ers season is done. And then you got this guy, Brock Purdy, that's coming reeling off 7 games in a row. Like, come on, man. That's just crazy.
I think that's been like my favorite thing about the Niners this year is I think when we started with Trey, like trying to integrate him, obviously it was a bit of a bumpy start, but like fine, it's the first year he's really had this team to kind of mold. And then he got injured and I was like, that's not great, but like, okay, fine. We got Jimmy G, we've had him for the last couple of years, cool. Yeah. We got all the way to the championship game last year. Fine, absolutely fine. As soon as he went down, I thought that's it. We're done. Like it doesn't matter how many weapons we have. I was like, this kid is just not gonna work. And like, somehow we seem to have brought Brock Purdy in and got better? Like it's really, really strange. But I think it's so fun, right? Because I feel like you see teams like the Dolphins, I guess, where the Dolphins with Tua and without Tua are two polar opposite teams.
Yeah.
And, like you said, somehow Kyle Shanahan has not only kept the 49ers competitive, but kept us getting better when we're on QB3. Like, how is that even possible? Like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. That's the coaching staff. Almighty says, I heard Jimmy G might come back in the NFC Championship game. What do you think about that one?
See, it's a bit of a weird one, right? And I'd be interested to get other people's opinions on this because I feel like even if Jimmy G is fit, if Brock Purdy gets you all the way there, can you really warrant dropping him for? Now, again, right? If it was someone like a Mahomes or something coming back, I think there's a massive argument to be had. But and I love Jimmy G, I really do, but it's Jimmy G. I think if Brock Purdy gets you all the way there, I think you just have to keep riding that Purdy Express. I don't think you can drop him if he gets you all the way there.
Yeah. I agree with you. And so does Almighty says y'all should just stick with Brock Purdy. Yeah, I'm with you on that one, Almighty. I'm with you as well, my man, Matt. I definitely think if he comes back, you got you a good backup ready to go. You stick with Purdy. You stick with what's hot. They're winning. Don't disrupt the offense right now and what y'all got going on. That's another thing. Christian McCaffrey. I can't talk 49ers without talking about how did y'all get that steal, man? How?
I don't know. I honestly do not know. It's so weird as well because I feel like when we already had like as many weapons as we did, I feel like when we made that trade, it was like how are we going to be able to give this guy enough of the ball to keep him happy and still keep our other, like our ridiculously stacked lineup happy? And like, not only have we done it, it's also worked. It's not caused any like problems. There's not been any sort of like issues with like the squad or anything. I don't know. It just seems to have worked out perfectly for like all parties. I think that's got to be one of the best trades. Like, that's probably easily the best trade that I have seen since I've watched the NFL. I mean, there's, for people that have been into it a lot longer, there's probably other examples. But my God, what a mid-season move that was. Unreal.
Oh man, unreal. Yeah, I'm with you. Christian McCaffrey and Elijah.
Yeah, Elijah Mitchell as well. Yeah, what
Yeah.
a team. My God.
Yeah. And that's why I would fear playing y'all, because I'm like,
Yeah.
all right. Then you have the nerve to throw Debo back there out of the every now and then. So it's like, come on.
Debo,
man.
Brandon Ayuk is having himself a season. He's been solid. I mean, George Kittle, in case none of it works. And then, like you said, on the defense as well, I just think it's a scary proposition. But I think if we keep Brock Purdy mistake free, to be fair, not that he has made many mistakes since coming in, then I kind of fancy us against everyone. Like, I guess because Kyle Shanahan is really good at making the quarterback's job as easy as possible, right? Which is why we were able to do kind of so well with someone like Jimmy, who, like I said, I like him, but he's definitely limited when it comes to sort of being a quarterback. But yeah, it's, we're a very, I think, not necessarily quarterback focused team. So I think if we can just keep Brock Purdy mistake free, I'd fancy us against the Cowboys. Like I said, I think at the beginning of the playoffs, I was like, yeah, man, we'll just do everyone. We'll win the Super Bowl. We'll shut out the other team easy. But now we're actually here. It's like, oh, maybe not. I think I want us to get past the Cowboys. And then, like I said, I'd be very interested to see us up against you guys. I think that would be a great game.
Yeah, I agree with you. What's going on, Italy Jet? How you doing?
Appreciate you, man. Hello.
Yeah, man, I tell you, that's y'all are very scary over there. I was thinking it was going to be an easy walk in the park, then y'all went on this long win streak, and I was just like, okay, and Almighty, you sure you're not a 49er fan? You're naming Jawan Jennings, your main naming Kyle Juszczyk. I'm like, you sure?
Even like Robbie Gould, I don't think he's ever stood over a kick and I've thought this isn't going to go in. Like, he never, he's so reliable. Like, every part of our team is just nice. Like, it's good. It's Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant. So
how about that?
Because like I said, I've not been in the NFL that long in the grand scheme of things, so I don't really know. Has there ever been a Mr. Irrelevant that has made this much of an impact at a team? Because this seems mental.
I'm trying to think back, because Mr. Irrelevant, that's the last pick of the draft. So you get one every year, but like you said, to make this kind of an impact, to be in this position, to be able to be in an NFC Championship game,
and to be the quarterback of all positions as well, not even he
wasn't even thought about.
Not as if like any position in football is irrelevant, right? But I guess people like kickers and stuff, they only are there for like a very select part of the game, right? And when you're a quarterback that's picked at the last possible spot, you are not really supposed to be anywhere near that team of players. So to all of a sudden be leading a team that is this strong and looking like, has a good chance of winning a Super Bowl, and to be doing it at this standard is like, that just seems nuts to me. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's unreal. It's almost Brady-esque. I mean, Tom Brady was in the 6th round.
Yeah.
And Brady came in because of someone's injury and never let the job go. So with that being said, I'm gonna ask you this question as well. What do you do next year? Is Purdy open quarterback competition? If y'all was to go and win it all, do you just say Purdy is my quarterback, period? What do you do?
I think now, regardless, as much as I like Jimmy G, I think his deal is up. I think he's out the door. He's gone. But I think, to be honest, if this is obviously a very heavy if, I think, if the 49ers do go the whole way and win the whole thing, I think Purdy has to stay as your quarterback, right? Like I said, there's no way you can drop this kid. I think if we like lose this game or lose to the Eagles or even make it to the Super Bowl and don't win it, then I think there's grounds for like a competition there. But I think it's going to be very hard for them not to stick by Purdy after this. I guess the only argument would be is obviously they did give up a hell of a lot to get Trey Lance, so maybe that's going to factor into their thinking. But I think at worst, I think we've just got a really good quarterback battle on our hands, because I think Trey Lance still has a good amount to prove, and like Brock Purdy's kind of come out with pretty much no fear and has shown that he's more than capable of leading this team.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like you said, Trey Lance had a pretty significant injury, so let's just say he may not even be ready come trainer camp and things of that nature, or maybe just getting ready. So it's going to take him a little bit getting in football shape and things of that nature. So you got Purdy to keep things steady. I'm with you. I think Jimmy G probably is going to be gone. But they got two. You got Lance and you got Purdy. And depending on how things play out this year, like you said, I could see a competition, or they may just say, hey, Purdy is our quarterback. Lance, continue to learn for right now. But they did give up a lot to get him. So it is a business. That's what they say.
Yeah, for sure.
So you just never know, man. B. Johnson says Brock Purdy is like the fourth quarterback ever starting in playoffs, picked later in the 6th round. So look at that. Fourth quarterback. Thank you for that information, John. Appreciate that, man. That's crazy. Yeah. He's definitely doing something spectacular.
What guy?
Yeah, so we're gonna see. So as we get ready to get towards the end, I'm gonna ask you one more question here. And it's probably one I already know the answer to, but what is your Super Bowl prediction?
Okay, listen. Okay. Whether I truly believe this or not, let's go for it. I think Brock Purdy takes the Niners to the Super Bowl.
Okay.
And we have a rematch with the Chiefs, because I know that was a fairly recent Super Bowl, wasn't it? That was before I started watching. That was very recently.
Yeah.
I think we have a rematch with the Chiefs. Why not? Let's go all in. I think Brock Purdy does what Jimmy Garoppolo couldn't do, and the Niners beat the Chiefs in the desert. Again, our division rivals' own back garden. I think we get it done easy. 35-0. No, probably not. Yeah, why not? Let's go for it. Don't clip this, because this is going to look stupid in a couple of weeks, probably in like 20 minutes, in like a couple of hours.
I won't do that to you, bud. I won't do that to you.
When the Cowboys pull our pants down, and we're no longer in the playoffs. But it's fun, and I believe.
I got you. Almighty thinks Bills and Niners. That P. John says no way 49ers win it all, but there's a chance.
The chances are never zero, my man.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I think that, to be fair, the way I'd look at it is we need to get past the Cowboys first.
There you go.
They're a good football team. They played really well against the Bucks. I know the Bucks have been pretty trash this season, to be fair. So that maybe doesn't say like a whole lot, but you can only play what's in front of you.
Gotcha.
We looked fairly shaky, and especially the first half against the Seahawks. So, Debo can throw as well. I forgot that happened last year.
Yeah, he can. He definitely can.
But yeah, I think we'll take on the Cowboys. We'll see how that goes. Then we've only got the small problem of having to face the number 1 seed. Interesting. And then if we make it past the number 1 seed, we've got a week off, and then either have to face the Chiefs, the Bills, or the Bengals. So it's a nice, easy Super Bowl win, really, when you think about it. We'll see. Oh boy.
Yeah. It will be a challenge. I feel like the Eagles is, to me, from next week on, just like you said, y'all got your tough matchup here with Dallas. Long as y'all keep Parsons out the way, I think y'all can be successful. I'm rooting for y'all today, okay? But today we are partners, man. We partners. Now we play next week. We still friends, but it's a little
going to be a much more heated conversation next week.
Yeah. So, but no, definitely best of luck to the 49ers. And hey man, I gotta come over there on Twitch with you. I just started my Twitch. So I gotta come over there and check you out on Twitch, man. I heard you do a lot of good things over there with Twitch there.
I try my best. It's just me prattling around playing video games, really.
Okay,
and,
gotcha.
occasionally talking about sports. And for some reason, a select few people choose to watch me. I don't understand it myself, but here we are. But I mean, you know, I guess that's what they want to do. I suppose for some reason. But yeah, man, this has been really cool. I've really enjoyed getting to know you, and yeah, well, I think we'll definitely have to do more stuff in the future. This has been awesome.
Yeah, I would love to do more with you, man. Definitely, it's nice speaking with you, man. Again, best of luck. Y'all make sure y'all follow my guy, Maddie, the Smithster 99. He's on
That's
YouTube.
The one.
There it is.
Do you know what? You're definitely not the first person that's struggled with that. The amount of people I follow someone on Twitch and they're like, "Oh, thanks for the follow, 99." Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah.
They just say forget trying to say the name. Just 99.
Yeah, don't even bother.
Yeah. Hey, Almighty, my own Twitch is Philly Sportz Rap, man. I keep it simple, bro. I keep everything Philly Sportz Rap on all platforms: Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, YouTube. So that's where you can find me. Make sure y'all follow and sub up my guy Maddie here. Definitely part of Let's Talk Sports. And I am your host, Tone, man. We appreciate everybody tapping in. And today, and today only, we got Go Niners.
Yeah, boy.
Niners. Beat them Cowgirls. That's what we want to do. And until next time, we out, man. I appreciate it. You have a good one, boss. All right.
Yeah, you too, man. You too.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm coming for the top. You should know that before I even lace them up. Until I get it, put this work in non-stop. So if you slacking, then get ready, lose your spot. Lose your spot, boy, I'm coming for the top. Before you had the crowd noise, before I made the team on, put the uniform on. Before the lights and arenas, commercial shop for sneakers, I was thinking of a way to take you all on. That grittiness that I got from the bottom, added to my talent, and for you that is a problem. Before the fame on my shoulders, I prepared for every moment. Cause I ain't trained this whole off season for mediocre. This is beast mode with that workload till it's tight. They get it right before you even pay that ticket price. I push it through the days, through the pain, through the sprains. Wonder why I look unfazed. I got ice in my veins, chill. We facing off, you know you met your match. Franchise since the draft, put the team on my back. I take it without asking, ain't no pardon me. Forever second place, cause you don't work as hard as me. I'm coming for the top.